What's up to all the people? This is the Press Play Podcast, and on today's episode, we're going to discuss some things, you know what I'm saying? On today's episode, or one main thing, a lot of reasons, a lot of explanation, you know what I'm saying? We're going to make sure we get in depth with this. On today's episode, it's titled, If God is All-Knowing, do humans truly have free will? Now, I've discussed religion a couple of times on the Press Play Podcast. The first episode I ever had on the Press Play Podcast was The Fall of Humanity. You know what I'm saying? So go check that out. I had another video called Live Without Doubt, which was basically about not allowing the devil to put doubt in your head when you're sure and God has shown you the answer. Now it's time for you to follow the path. You feel me? So on today's episode, like I said, the long title, but it's If God is All-Knowing, do humans truly have free will? You feel me? So with all my podcast episodes, it's always been about grand ideas, you know what I'm saying, about situations where people don't really discuss it, you feel me, on a day-to-day basis. I feel like a lot of the podcasts, well, every podcast episode I have, or all the things on my channel, especially the podcast, you know, people should be discussing these things in life, like on a regular, like, if you have a group of friends, from time to time, or as much as possible, you guys should discuss things that are not just about party, or this girl did this what, or this guy said this on Twitter. Like, man should be having, like, meaningful conversations, you feel me? So this is a deep question that people, see, I'm like all my episodes are just philosophical. It's like, it's a type, it's a certain thing that I understand, that I'm able to explain with examples, with, no, it makes sense when I say these things because I know what I'm talking about. You feel me? Or else I wouldn't be saying them on a platform like this. So, I'm a Christian. You feel me? And the type of Christian I am is I'm like a philosophical Christian. Not in the fact that I'm always questioning what God says, but, you know, like I love talking about God. I love talking about the Bible. You know what I'm saying? I like talking about what's in the Bible, and I like applying it to my life and how God has shown me, or, you know what I mean, my experience, or lessons I've learned along the way from people, or just my experiences and how I learned from myself. You feel me? So, like, if God is all-knowing, we're going to get to it. If God is all-knowing, do humans truly have free will? Now, look, I got the answer to that. You know, in the Bible, one of the 10 Commandments, it says that you have to honor your father and your mother. You know what I'm saying? The reason why God says that, because God is the Father. You know what I'm saying? God's the Father. So if you can't respect and honor your earthly parents, how do you expect to honor someone that is bigger than everything, that deserves all worship, if you're not at least doing the minimal? And it's not the minimal, but you're not doing your part in honoring the people that brought you here, your family, your mother, your father, the people that raised you. You feel me? So, you know, when you understand that God is the Father, it's like our parents. See, look, our parents know who we are. We think we know ourselves better than our parents, but our parents knows us inside and out. We may know each other, we may know ourselves eternally. That's why, like, you know, kids, teenagers and stuff, or, you know, whatever, the child and the parents, they get into arguments because the child feels like the parents are understanding them, because the child is feeling something, their parent, that's internal, that the child feels like only they know and their parents don't know. You feel me? But our parents know us inside and out. They saw our first steps. They saw our facial expressions when we were babies, so they know exactly when we're happy, when we're sad, when we're stressed, etc. You feel me? So it's like God, like it says in the Bible, God knows every little hair on your head. He made you. He knows every little hair on your head. So do you think God doesn't know you? He knows you way more. So what it's saying is, I believe that even though God is all-knowing, we still have free will. Because, like, with the parents, this is the main idea I'm trying to get across. Our parents, when we get older, when we start to get older, and we want to start making decisions for ourselves, even if they're not the wisest, our parents eventually have to let us make our own mistakes. They gotta let us make our own decisions, whether we succeed or we fail. You feel me? But the choices we do choose when we feel like we have the free will, right? The choices we do choose when we feel like we have the free will, our parents know us, so they know exactly how that situation is gonna end up. They can stop you, right? They can be like, don't do that. I know you. You're gonna do this. You're gonna burn the house down. You know what I'm saying? But that's a crazy example. But you're gonna burn the house down. You feel me? Our parents, and we think we won't. You feel me? As kids, as children, to our parents. So our parents, when we feel like we're like the man and we're the woman, we're grown, our parents will allow us to make mistakes for ourselves, to learn from that experience. Like I said, whether we succeed or fail, but it's the betterment of ourselves. You feel me? So our parents, when we go into something, they already know the outcome because they know us. They know exactly how we're going to deal with the situation. They know exactly how we're going to internalize the situation. They know exactly what our thinking patterns is at that very moment. So our parents, so when we do something, our parents already know how that's going to end up. For one, they know us, and for two, they're wiser than us, they're older than us, they experience life, they know way more than us, they're a lot wiser. You feel me? So they're saying, don't do that because I have the wisdom, I've seen this before. Or I have the foresight to know how this is going to end up. It's going to end up badly. Or it's going to be successful. Keep going. Be committed. Keep going. You feel me? So that's how God is. God is all-knowing. He already knows us. He already knows the outcome of the decisions we're going to make. But this is where we do have free will. So God is going to allow us to make those decisions, whether we listen or not. But He's going to allow us to go through those decisions, even though He knows how it's going to end up, just like our parents. But what is key about it is, at the end of the day, when we bump our head so many times, we're actually going to go, or when we make a mistake, that's a big mistake, right? Or even a little mistake, but we don't want to make that mistake again. And we feel like, so we're going to go to our parents and be like, this is what happened. How do we fix the problem? You feel me? Or this is what happened. My parents told me this. I did it. I made that mistake. And now I can go to my parents about anything. And when they tell me to do something, it's the best advice. It's true. Our parents know better. So we're not going to make that mistake. So that's like God. God is going to allow us to make our mistakes, whether He knows it or not. Whether He always knows. What am I saying? He always knows. He's all-knowing. But He's going to allow us to make our mistakes even when we're going to fail, because He knows we're going to come back to us, and then trust Him, because we butted our heads so many times we thought we were wearing the pants in the family. You know what I'm saying? So He's just going to be like, alright. Then you're going to be like, okay, like I can't get this right. I don't understand these situations. Let me go to God and pray about it. Let me talk to God, because He knows better. So God allows us to have free will. So eventually He's our refuge. So eventually we're going to go to Him for everything. You know, we're going to put our full trust in anything, because God can handle anything for you. So it's best for you to put all the worries you have, you put it to God. All the burdens you have, you put it on God. It's not a burden for God. He can solve the problem. He's your parent. He wants the best for you. So that's why God gives us free will, because He knows we're going to make mistakes, and we're going to go back to Him and understand that He knows way more, and His love. See, you know what's so great about God is our parents, when we listen to our parents, want us to listen to them, not just because, like, you know, they know the answer, which is true, right? That's one pillar. Our parents, they want us to also listen to them. Our parents also want us to, or the child and the parent, but our parents also want us to listen to them, because it shows you love them. It shows you value what they're saying. It shows that you have respect, that you're the child and they're the parent, and they are your guardians. They're the ones that are going to guide you in life. So by following what they say, it's love. It means you love them. It means you value what they say. That's like love. So for God, it says it in the Bible. For God says to show to show your love to God, you have to follow His commands. That's when God says, okay, you love me too. When you follow His commands, when you follow His footsteps, that shows the love, just like our parents. So that's the reason why we have free will. Feel me? Because we're going to go back to God, and then we're going to trust Him wholeheartedly for the rest of our days, for the rest of our lives. You feel me? And because it shows you love Him too. You feel me? And He's going to allow you to make those decisions to learn and get stronger and wiser, but still go back to Him as refuge for the mistakes you made, for the sins you caused. You feel me? And you're never going to sin again because you love them. You're following what they say. God doesn't want us to sin because that's separation from God. So you have to follow what God says as a parent. You feel me? Showing that you love Him. Follow His commands, guys. Make sure that you allow God to guide you in life. You feel me? God is your rock. You feel me? God is the shepherd. He's never gonna lead you astray. You feel me? That's why we have free will. So, peace, people. Peace.